Now, David, what are we doing here today?
Here to talk about the Salem Tiger that was built many years ago.
What do you know about this tiger?
I know it had a habit of being stolen. The first time I remember the tiger here, my dad brought us up and showed us. My dad actually worked here, and we would come up here with him every now and then. It was out in front of the tin gym at the time, and we'd come up here and play on it. And not 5 or 6 years old.
When you were a kid, you played on it. When you get to high school, tell me about what kind of presents did this tiger have for high school?
Well, it was already removed. Somebody had stolen it and it never got put back. And not a lot of people knew where it was. And that's how I ended up with it after, actually right after I graduated. The superintendent at the time said he got tired of putting it back and just told the maintenance crew to get rid of it. Well, the tiger was in the scrap pile that the school had, scrap iron pile. And at the time, I was lucky enough to be able to keep their scrap pile clean. So I hauled it off for scrap iron to take it to junk. And I just couldn't do it. Something I just had to hold on to. I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. Several thoughts went through, and I thought about contacting the school years ago, and I didn't. And then last year actually, I decided to fix it up and put it in the 4th of July parade. Everybody loved it. Everybody was yelling, excited to see it. So I knew it at least had to come back up to the school. This is where it belongs. The students helped build it years ago. It belongs to the school. And I was lucky enough for the administration to decide to place it back out.
When I became principal 2 years ago, I had seen a post that David had it, and so I reached out to him, and he said, well, we've tried this, and so we kind of talked about it, and he also wanted it back, but he wanted to make sure that it was displayed, and so people from the community could enjoy it as well. And so we just talked about what that would look like, and we both agreed that it would be great. A.J. Tinker's construction trades class, they did all of that work. They brought in a concrete truck, and they set and leveled and poured the concrete and everything. Some of them had parents who remembered the tiger, and so when they were talking about what they were doing, their parents told them, you know, oh, that tiger was there when I was there. Oh, I've heard about this tiger.
I was pulling out of the circle drive, and I just looked over, and there they all were, setting it back up, working together. They all seemed to be invested in the process and not stealing it and hiding it on the top of the school or anything like that. So it was a nice, come back to Jesus type of story.
I got pictures sent to me of the students helping place it, the smiles on their faces, the fun they had with it, hearing people talk about it from then and now. It puts a smile on my face knowing that it's back where it belongs.
I've heard some people in the community arguing back and forth over whether this is the original tiger.
There are rumors that the very original tiger is somewhere buried in a field in St. James. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But this particular tiger was a remake of the original one. I'm not sure if it's the second remake or if it's another one, but this one's at least from the 80s, from what we can tell. And I think it's been taken a few times, but it's always been returned.
Well, I hope it's here for generations longer. I hope the story can be told, and I hope someone maybe seeing this will come forward and know more about it than we do. Maybe when the first one was built and when it got stolen, maybe what happened to it. Then when this one was built and how many times it got stolen.
Does it concern you that it might be stolen again?
Not in today's age. We have cameras now, so that helps a lot.
Like we may have our disagreements in Salem High School from time to time, but everybody's pretty much got each other's back. When things get really tough, small town of Salem comes together and helps each other out and makes sure nobody's really suffering. And the return of the tiger, I think that's a symbol of the community. To me, that's kind of the shining light on the hill of what Salem could be, is that tiger.
And that's, I think, what the tiger does for a lot of people. They look back and it brings back memories of high school and those memories that they shared with their friends. It's a way for them to connect with other community members and other family members. They can talk about it, and then their family members will tell them, oh, that tiger was there when I went to high school, or I remember that tiger, or no, it was stolen, we never got to see it. Those kind of stories.
I'm just happy the students got to be a part of it. That was my biggest goal in getting it back to the school, was the students got to put it back in its rightful place. It's visible to the town, to everybody that comes here to see different sports. It's out front to where it can be seen, so we can be proud of our tiger, of our Salem Tigers.